Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy and Linda. Time for an update. The courtroom chaos continues. Cat is back. And as a bonus, there's an extra at the end. We hope you like it. Court with Krissy and Linda is meow in session.
I have one more. It's going to be 41E 2601507.
Okay, I have it right here. Cause number 41E2601507, HFCC Incorporated versus Kathy Cat Ortner.
All right, good. So this one is, we came last week before you. She was supposed to bring over proof of payments. She was able to prove that she did make a payment in February. She currently today made a payment for March, but she still owes us for April, along with 3 late fees. So she still maintains a balance. She also did not turn in the permanent supportive other housing applications she was supposed to be completing. She hadn't turned those in.
Okay, so you want to move forward with this one?
Yes, Your Honor.
So how much is the rent?
The rent for her is, give me 1 second.
And is she's a holdover as well or no?
Yes, Your Honor. So she's 1,059. Tenant responsibility is 193.9, and 865.10 is subsidy.
Okay, hold on. You're kind of mumbling and talking really fast. So the fair market value is $1,059. How much is her portion?
Her portion is 193.90,
193.90. Okay.
and subsidy is 865.10.
Okay. All right. Are you seeking just possession, or what are you seeking in this?
Yes, Your Honor, just possession.
Okay. This is a default judgment awarding the plaintiff court costs, post-judgment interest, and possession due to a
She's actually here,
holdover.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
She's actually here. She's at 1+ IN 2017.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Please try, what was it? *6 to see if you can unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you now. Okay, so
I'm sorry.
basically he was saying that the rent is $1,059. Your portion is $193.90, and it's subsidized in the amount of $865.10. He's asking for possession only. You're a holdover. You didn't complete all the documents you needed to complete for your housing benefit. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay, first of all, Your Honor had us get together, you said, and make sure that I was working with them. I did tell them I'd work with them. On Friday morning, Mr. Rendon, my witness, come around here. Mr. Rendon came to my home. He came to the door. I opened the door for him a little bit. I wasn't dressed. He proceeded to put his foot against the door, like hard and hard.
Okay, ma'am, I don't need to know all that. I need to know what's going on
He
with
tried to
paperwork.
assault me now. My witness right here. She's right here.
Okay,
She's
okay.
a witness to it. They've had me on a lease possibilities, and I have 4 different agreements, and they keep changing it up. Oh, I want you to do this, do this, do this. The problem is Mr. Rendon. He's very bully. He's boastful. And this is to be Housing First Coalition. This is my permanent support home. I've never had a lease violation at all. And
We can't really
called
hear every
APS this
word you're
time.
saying. I can't really hear every word.
Ma'am, I'm telling you,
It's choppy for some reason.
can you hear me now? I don't know. I'm not doing it on purpose. Ma'am,
Okay,
I'm
we
so
can hear
sorry.
you
I am. Okay, I don't know how to hold this thing. Ma'am, I'm trying to tell you that I have 5 different agreements that to renew my lease. They kept putting something else on it. They started out with last year on it's 8/28. I have it right here. And it says that the only reason they couldn't renew my lease was because I didn't have portable oxygen tanks, but I do. I have oxygen. They want to make sure I could get out in the event of a fire. pass all home inspections. I did, and maintained rent payments. Here now. And changed it again. They changed it again in November. They changed it again in January. They keep adding one more thing, one more thing. I
Okay, so
called
what's going
APS
on,
because they
Joe?
tried to say I was right.
Joe,
So,
what's going
Yeah,
on?
thank you.
so prior to me being here, I've been here since December 22nd. Ms. Ortner has not fully participated in the program. They do what's called ISPs, individual success plans, to kind of help them get on track where they need to be. So they have created multiple plans for her. Each time that has
No.
not been. So recently, we were getting ready to do the eviction. I decided, at least while I'm here, I'd like to give her one more try. We did that, which was the eviction hold off agreement signed February 20th. She was supposed to submit 3 different housing applications to 3 separate programs. She
remember that.
failed to do that. And you also told her to provide proof that she's paid. She was able to provide proof that she paid on March 3rd to pay for February. And then today she also made another payment, but that covers March, leaving her past due still for April. So
Okay,
according
so
to my,
This is only April 7th.
do you have
I
April's
mean,
payment?
no, I see he's got it wrong, ma'am, because I only got January's mail. Somebody has been holding our mail. I don't have the bank statement you asked me to provide. I called the bank and it's Co-America. They won't do it online because it's Social Security. I proved to them that I had paid. I do
That's what he
not owe
just
that
said.
month. It was automatic payment. It was
He
automatic
just,
payment that month.
he just said that you did pay February, March. That's
I
what he
paid
just told the court. So
March and
what about
April.
April? What about April?
I'm telling you, I have it right here. It has, can you see this, ma'am?
When did you pay April?
This morning. This
Okay,
was-
well,
morning. It's got
maybe he
4/7 on it.
doesn't know that you paid it this morning. So
Your
did you
Honor,
know she paid it this?
that was for March. So she paid
It's
March 3rd to cover February,
shows April.
paid to cover March.
Well, you can pay in April, but it could be for another month,
This
ma'am.
is a holdover. It's not even about the rental. He doesn't seem to understand that I am able to stay here. They tried to first say that I wasn't able and that I didn't pass my ADL. I did. Now he bullies people like he tried to get in my unit while I'm not dressed. He didn't know my provider was here. At the same time, she saw what happened. She's right here, ma'am, and can tell you. He tried to
Okay.
force his way in.
Okay, I just need to know, that's for a whole different court on a whole different day,
No,
ma'am.
that's
We're here
involved,
for
ma'am.
rent.
My
I'm
worker.
sorry that if he's doing that, I'm sorry he's doing that, but
But how can you
please,
insist on rent, ma'am, when it's a holdover?
because you're still living there. You can't live there for free.
I'm not living here for free, ma'am. I have paid. I have an automatic payment. Except
Okay.
today I paid a money order.
Okay, and he said that was for March.
Well, he's wrong, Your Honor, and I don't want to say the L word on that, but I even have a bank statement showing from January, the only bank statement I've got it in. It shows that HFCC on 1/7 collected 193.90 automatic payment, and
Okay.
then I didn't receive this until yesterday. I mean, Friday on the mail, and you can see on the front of it, it shows where there's a stamp where the post office has been tracking my mail. It's not getting to me.
Okay,
They're
so
keeping
you
it
said
in the office.
you paid in January. What about, and then March? I'm
I paid
sorry,
in
then
February.
February?
February and March were automatic payments. They did withdraw the money. He said earlier that he knew that I did February, and now today I did April. He's wrong, Your Honor.
So, Your Honor, if you'd like, I can share my screen and show you what we have for outstanding payments.
Please do.
I can't see through this little thing that says leave meeting. I would like to see it too.
Well, whenever he shows it, you should be able
Okay,
to.
there he is.
So this shows the future payments that we have coming up. Currently, April is still due. We still have the late fee for February, late fee for March, and late fee for April.
I was told nothing about late fees, Your Honor. I've never paid them because I have not been late before. But I will tell you that I have a receipt that shows April 7th, dated today for April rent. It even says it at the bottom. April
Okay, I
1st
saw
to
it.
April 30th.
I saw it.
So
So,
that might be,
she paid it this morning, sir. Maybe you were not aware, but she did
That-
pay it this morning and it shows on there April through April 30th. That's what it says on
I
the
will be
receipt.
meeting with my team on that. I'm aware of that payment, but that payment should have been replied to March.
That ledger.
I can talk to my team and have them revise that, but that's incorrect. That's for
Okay,
March.
well, that's what it says on her receipt, so I'm going with that. As far as late fees, that's not before the court today. So on this one, it looks like she paid, so this one's going to be dismissed.
Thank
She's
you, Your Honor.
in the 3 housing applications, Your Honor, so she's still a holdover. Her
No,
lease is
ma'am.
7/30.
I applied to the Saha and to the Operation Home. Thank you.
I'm gonna put that tenant paid. Rent, April 7th, has receipt. Okay, all right, thank you. Good luck to y'all.
I do have a question, Your Honor.
Yes.
So she still did not comply to the rest of it, and that is the turning in the 3 housing requirements, still making her in breach of the eviction hold-off agreement, which would still put her as holdover.
Okay, where'd she go?
Looks like she jumped off.
Okay. As far as the rent goes, she paid the rent.
Yeah, we weren't super concerned about the rent. The main thing was her being compliant and getting her transition to a different housing program, something that could actually suit her needs for her oxygen and other items like that, but she has failed to do that. We have a whole team dedicated to help with transitional.
Okay. Well, you might want to try a little bit harder, and I would suggest that you don't just barge in people's apartments because there could be other consequences for you doing that.
I
So
understand.
maybe you can start over and do it the correct way, and my judgment still stands. Thank
All right,
you.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Cause number 41E2601636 Gamma REI LLC versus Brandy Clanton and all occupants.
I'm here, Your Honor. I'm David Rangel. I'm here
Good morning.
with Gamma REI LLC.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes. Okay, I was just looking to see who was talking. Okay. All righty. So what's going on here? I have all this stuff. I have a warranty deed with vendor's lien. So tell me what's going on.
Yes, I purchased the property in February, so I was just evicting the tenants that were in there.
Was it a foreclosure?
No, ma'am.
You bought it from them?
No, I bought it from the owner, the person who inherited the property. The people living there, they're
Tenants.
well, I mean, I'd say they're squatters, but yeah, they're claiming that they're tenants.
That's
Hey, do y'all have
you
a
can't
lease?
say that about me.
Do you have a lease, ma'am?
Sorry, I don't have a lease. No, ma'am, but I do. Look, I contacted him to help me figure out what to do. Miss Ethel died. The lady that owned this house died. She's been my only family since I was born. So she gave me the property. I have from 2018 a deed, well, paper notarized in 2018. So I contacted him to find out what to do to get it into my name, and he's been evicting me ever since.
I've never met this lady, Judge. I don't know what she's talking about. But she did hire I think David Schaefer like last month, and he submitted to the court that she had an oral lease agreement with the person or the lady who passed away. So now she's claiming that she has a deed to the property. So
I
that's why
do
I
have an oral
provided
agreement. I've
the
lived
proof
here
of
all.
interest. But her mom lives down the
Where is
street.
David? Where is David Schaefer? Did
He's
you
not
not?
representing. He's not
I
representing
haven't
her.
been able to get a hold of him. We've been playing phone tag all week. I've been at work. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you
But
don't have a lease, and I do have this warranty deed that's in his name. He bought it on February the 5th. So he bought it, I guess, as an investment property.
But
He
how
wants
can
to.
they do that though, ma'am? But I don't understand how they can put me out of my home. I just don't get it. And the papers they have don't even make sense. Like the affidavit of heirship, and Ethel's name is not even Ethel O. I mean, it's Ethel O. It's not Ethel M. I'm just saying,
like, I just think it's a little janky. And they've
Okay.
broken the
Did
house
you
like
hire an
3 times
attorney? Did you hire a real
to
estate
change the
attorney?
locks. I've had to contact the police. I'm sorry.
That's not true, Judge. I don't know
I've
what
just
you're
been
talking
playing
about.
phone tag.
Okay, well, this
I have
is
7
very
kids
important.
and
Okay, it says grantor.
I'm sorry. I've been at work. I have 7 kids and I'm so sorry. And with Easter,
Okay.
Ryan Murphy.
if you
And
could just
who
give me
are
a
you?
little time and we could maybe reset so I could,
No, I mean, you've had 6 weeks. I gave you a 30-day notice on February the 9th.
I
And
just
also,
don't see
Judge,
how he can
hold on. I provided,
transfer, but I don't see how you can transfer my house.
it's not your house, but also,
Like I called you to find out how to transfer it into my name and you brought some girl
I
over
don't
and said
know
this
who
was
you're
her house
talking
and
about.
transferred it. I don't know how you did that.
I've never talked to you
Okay, who's
before.
Laura Moses?
That's Ethel's niece. That's the,
I don't know.
her niece inherited the property and she sold me the property. We did this with the title company.
I've never met her in my
Oh, you
life.
did it with the title company? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all right.
Yeah, so I mean, everything's done legally, but
I
also,
called the title company trying to figure out how to get it into my name. And this is what they've done.
Well, ma'am, it looks like Laura
Literally.
Moses is her niece, was the lady's niece, and that's who was given the property. So I'm going to go ahead with this eviction. You need to hire whatever, but the only thing I have here is that he bought the property. So
But I just don't understand how he bought the property.
I don't know. It's through a title company, so they do all of the they usually do a thorough research on it because they give a
yeah, I have title insurance on it.
title. Yes.
So when
Mhm.
I was contacting them to find out how to transfer to my
Okay,
name, they
how
were
much would
just
the
like
ma'am,
not getting
I'm
back with
going
me.
forward with this. You can hire an attorney and this would be in a whole different court. But what would be the fair market value for rent on this, please?
I mean, I would say about 1,100 a month.
Okay. All right.
So I've lived here like all my life. And he can just throw me out.
Yeah, he bought the property. It's his property.
Yeah, but I have papers dated before they even knew about her that says that this is my house. I just didn't know how to file them.
Okay.
So it's, I just don't get it. I've never met Laura. I've lived with Ethel all my life. I don't understand.
All right. The court is awarding court costs, post-judgment interest, and possession of the property to the plaintiff, setting the appeal bond at $2,200. You do have 5 days to appeal. Good luck to everybody. Cause number
Thank you, Honor.
41E2601671, Cadillac Lofts versus Marissa Castillo.